We have EPA presenting partnership resources. They were slated to be here this afternoon to present the material, but I just got a call about 2 days ago that they were unable to attend due to the coronavirus concerns. So we're able to link in with Brooke Porter from EPA. She's been very instrumental behind this valuable resource that they are presenting here this afternoon. So hopefully, if all goes okay, we can still have her present this topic, even though she's in DC right now. So I'm going to turn it over to her. Hopefully she can hear me. So we'll see how this works. Brooke, can you hear me? Hey, Brooke.
Did we lose audio?
You're good, Brooke.
Okay, we're good?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, great. Great. So thank you, and I do apologize. I just found out Monday, really late afternoon, that I wasn't able to make it there in person. The agency started restricting the non-essential travel. But I'm glad that we were able to work this out, and I can still kind of go over some of the tools that EPA has in regards to water system partnerships. So thank you to Derek and Jenna for working through this and see if this works. Oops, let's see here. I'm just trying to change my screen. There we go. Okay. So real quickly today, I'm just going to go over EPA Sustainable Systems team, which houses the Water System Partnerships team, why EPA has been promoting partnerships recently, and then finally I want to get into the different tools that we have out there and are currently working on. So the Sustainable Systems team, I just want to share a little bit of background on partnerships and where we are within the agency. If you're not familiar, EPA has 10 regional offices throughout the country, and then headquarters where I'm located is in Washington, D.C. So our Sustainable Systems team is housed in EPA's Office of Groundwater and Drinking Water. And our goal is pretty simple. It's to increase the number of sustainable systems. So what is a sustainable system? It's a system that is able to maintain compliance with the drinking water regulations, protect the environment and the public health. They're systems that have appropriate financial capacity to fund current and future needs, have management practices to address challenges, both current and future, and achieve their customers' desired level of service and maintain community awareness. So while many small systems are able to provide safe drinking water to customers, there are some systems that do face challenges to sustainability and have a difficult time being able to provide that safe drinking water. So I'm sure you've talked about some of these challenges already today, but just to summarize, some of these challenges can include aging infrastructure, maintaining compliance with the Safe Drinking Water Act, cost of scale, there's management implementation, lack of long-term planning, and of course the retiring workforce. So to help with these challenges, the Sustainable System team oversees the following programs: operator certification, capacity development, water system partnerships, which I'm the lead over for at EPA, the water workforce, asset management, and the capacity development and operator certification workshops that have been happening every 2 years. So in the last couple of years here at EPA, there have been several different factors that have led to greater promotion of water system partnerships. I'm going to briefly go over two of these these factors that have been leading to greater promotion of the water system partnerships. So if I was in the room with you today, I would ask everyone in the audience to raise their hand if you have heard about EPA's health-based strategic measure. I'm just always curious to see who knows what's going on here at the federal EPA level. So this is a relatively new strategic goal that has been in place since late 2017 to reduce the number of community water systems with health-based violations by 25% by 2022. So these health-based violations include the MCLs, the MRDLs, and the treatment technique rules. So the baseline for this measure was at fiscal year 2017. And in fiscal year 2017, there were 3,508 community water systems with health-based violations. And so our goal is to reduce that number down to 2,700 systems by September 30th, 2022. And so we've also been tracking the compliance with lead and copper rule, primacy package approval for the groundwater rule, stage 2, LT2, RTCR, and we're also keeping track of TMF trainings and sanitary survey trainings. So this is just a breakdown of community water systems with health-based violations by system size, and then it's normalized by the percentage. And this is the fiscal year 2018. It was just the most recent data that I had available that I could quickly pull together. So we're looking at the percentage of systems with health-based systems serving less than 500 people, and those serving between 501 and 3,300. They are greater than the larger systems and tend to have the more health-based violations. So we're really kind of looking at these smaller systems that have these health-based violations. And then the second driver that has been shining more light on the water system partnerships is America's Water Infrastructure Act of 2018, or OWIA. Again, I wanted to ask everyone to raise their hand if you've heard of OWIA before. So I think many of us would argue, and myself included, that OWIA is creating a lot more work for the already extremely resource-limited water workforce. However, I tend to remind myself every day that OWIA is a good thing. And it's the most far-reaching changes to the Safe Drinking Water Act since the 1996 amendments, so it's a good thing. It improves drinking water and water quality. It deepens infrastructure investments, enhances public health and the quality of life, as well as bolstering the economy. And so Congress has mandated over 30 different programs that fall under water. So real briefly, I'm just going to cover sections 2009 and 2010. So OWIA amended CIDWA sections 1414H to incentivize restructuring, including consolidation. Under OWIA, it mandates, or Congress mandated that EPA promulgate a rule by October 2020, which authorizes primacy agencies to mandate restructuring assessments. And in particular, we're looking at public water systems, which frequently violate the health-based standards. So again, this ties into that measure I was just going over. Systems which have unsuccessfully attempted or which are unable to attempt feasible and affordable actions to comply. And the rule also must describe a liability protection for compliant public water systems which are consolidating under the assessed public water system. And so OWIA also amended CIDWA section 1413A and 1413B to redefine primacy and the basis of EPA approval. So states will be required to update their primacy for mandatory restructuring assessment authority. So real quick, I know this is a lot that I just threw at you, but this is essentially, it's creating a national restructuring assessment program. And it's really, really key and important to highlight, underline, bold, that it's not mandating restructuring or consolidation, the actual act of it. It's effectively creating a restructuring program. So EPA has four main groups of different partnership types. So the first one is informal cooperation, which is when systems are just simply working together without a contract in place. And this could be something as easy as sharing equipment, or maybe they have a mutual aid arrangement in place. The second type is contractual assistance, which does require a contract, but the contract is under the system's control. So examples of this could be sharing operation and maintenance plans, or engineering, or purchasing water from one another. The third type is the joint power agency, which is the creation of a new entity by several systems that continue to exist as independent entities. An example is they could be sharing system management, shared operations, they could be sharing source water. Then finally, the fourth one is probably the one that we're all most familiar with, which is the ownership transfer. Also called consolidation, restructuring, merging. So the benefits of the partnership, we can see benefits from the systems, the state programs, the customers, and the communities can potentially all see benefits from partnerships. I'm not going to read all of these, but there's improved economies of scale, increased TMS capacity. Sometimes we see improved customer relationships, and it improves compliance with the Safe Drinking Water Act, which ultimately improves water quality and the public health. So I'm sure you've covered some of these already. So challenges to developing partnerships. So starting the process can be very intimidating. It can be challenging to get that local support and buy-in, and building trust can be a huge challenge to a partnership. There's funding and regulatory challenges that come along with it, as well as developing a time frame and the time and dedication and patience that goes into the partnership. And each system is different, which poses its own challenges. So what is the EPA doing to promote and help overcome some of these challenges? I'm going to share with you a bunch of tools. It might seem overwhelming. I'm more than happy to share my slides with you, so let me know. My email will be at the end of this, so feel free to reach out to me. So the first tool that we do have, and it is currently available to the public, is the Water System Partnership Case Studies Interactive Map. Next slide, there we go. So it's a combination of existing and new watershed partnership cases that are presented in an interactive story map, and I've kind of just tried to do a bunch of different screen grabs. So as you are on this web page and you scroll down, this is what you would see. And so at the top, you see 4 or 5 different tabs, and we have it separated out by partnership type. And what's really great about this is you can, if you're looking for a specific part of the country, and I think there we go, one more, you can look for a high-level case study for whatever region of the country you're looking for. So another tool or tools that we have are the Indepth case studies. So the map was the really high level, just a couple sentences, even just a paragraph. But we also are trying to increase the number of in-depth case studies that we have. So this is just a resource for anyone who's interested in partnerships. And these case studies share a lot more details that are related to the steps that initiated the partnerships, identifies the key players, and even goes through the steps of the partnership that created the partnership. And so I'm always asking, we only have one right now on our website, but we have 2 more in the works. So I'm always asking for more. If you have a case study or know someone or a system that you work with that would be willing to work with me and EPA, let me know. I really want to increase the number of these in-depth case studies that we have on our website. And I'm really willing to work with you and your system or whoever, whatever case study you might have to share. And so another tool, the long title of this is called How to Support Water System Partnerships. We're just calling it the State Handbook or the State Partnership Handbook. So this tool is really meant for state drinking water programs and states in general. It has been created to help states identify potential water system partnerships. It's an interactive and fillable tool that walks the state through a series of steps by identifying public water systems with the TMF challenges that could benefit from a partnership. And states are then prompted to use their compliance data and knowledge of specific public water systems to start brainstorming different partnerships, and it identifies their role that they can play within the partnership as well. And so I've been talking about this project for a really, really long time, and I'm excited to announce that it's under final review. So it should be released within the next 2 weeks, but EPA says something can always come up, but it's ready for review and to be released, which is really exciting. So hopefully by the end of March, we will have this up and ready for everyone to use. So the next tool is the Water System Partnerships Training Toolbox. It's intended to provide the tools for states, technical assistance providers, and other interested stakeholders to develop and run workshops for small drinking water systems. These workshops provide the tools to help systems and communities determine to the extent to which they already engage in partnerships with other systems. And it helps the systems and communities determine which new types of partnerships could be established in the future. So this tool is meant to be a standalone workshop, or it can be added on and modified to be just an add-on to another workshop that's been in place. And these workshops will be the pathway for delivering information for systems to make decisions on future partnerships. And so what's inside this toolbox is a lot of really good stuff in there. So there's the workshop facilitator's guide with talking points and a lot of notes and ideas, the training slide deck, which you can download and modify and make it your own. There's a lot of workshop exercises, and then there's the actual materials that go into planning a workshop, from assign-in sheets to name tags to speaker notes, so it's all in there. And so we are currently piloting the toolbox for the final review. We are working with RCAP, and we're so excited that we have, I think, 3 or 4 different pilots underway right now. And I think we have one in April or May soon that we're looking forward to. So once we get the feedback from these pilot toolbox, we will submit it for final review, and then that'll be released, hopefully near the end of the summer. So another tool that this is finished, but we're just waiting for it to be released. It's caught up in the Office of Water Communications right now, but it's final. It's the Water Operator Hiring Guide and Contracting Guide. So this document is an update to an older version of the guide, and it will provide water systems a detailed approach to hiring qualified personnel. So it's intended to help the workforce challenges of small and rural systems. This tool can help public water system decision makers hire or contract with a licensed or certified water operator. And it's designed, just like the state handbook, to be interactive and customized by the state or the primacy agency. And it includes a lot of great information. There's just some general background information on the importance of having a licensed operator, the different roles and responsibilities of decision makers and operators, and there's even some sample interview questions in there. So another tool, so this tool is up and running. This is called the EPA's Online Drinking Water Training System, and it's online, and it's self-paced training system that provides an overview of the national primary drinking water regulations. So participants have to create their own account, it's free, and then they can create their own modules, essentially, and track their progress. And there's a ton of different modules, just separate modules for all of the different drinking water regulations. And there's capacity development in there, asset management, operator certification. And this is intended for new drinking water employees or just the general public or anyone who really wants to really dive into the drinking water regulation. And so next we have EPA's monthly Small Systems webinar series. So these series are intended to communicate the latest information on solutions and challenges facing small drinking water systems. So this is the last Tuesday of every month. And this upcoming month, so that would be March 31st, we're doing a Drinking Water Regulations 101. And we're really excited because we work with RCAP to find a second speaker, Sherry Luce from the Great Lakes Community Action Partnership, and she's going to be talking about leveraging federal funds to build TA programs in the Great Lakes region. If you haven't attended one of these webinar series, I highly encourage you. I also help out and run these. So it's a really great way, and you can ask questions too, and we try to get through as many questions as we can at the end of the webinar. So also very directly related to that is the Drinking Water Small Systems Workshop that we have every year in late summer, early fall. This year, the dates are set, so it's September 1st through the 3rd. It's always around the Cincinnati area, so this year it's in the Covington, Kentucky area, which is right near Cincinnati. And right now we do have a call for abstracts that are open until March 26th, I believe. I also sit on the planning committee for this too, and I've actually talked to a few people at these RCAP events who have submitted abstracts. So if you have submitted one, feel free to send me a little email and I can be your champion for you and try to get you on the agenda so you can share your great work. It helps if we have that connection and if we know who is submitting the abstract. So send me an email, or a phone call, whatever. I'm very happy to hear what your abstract is about. And again, that's open until March 26th. And then another workshop that we have coming up on August 12th through the 14th is the 2020 National Capacity Development and Operator Certification Workshop. So I don't sit on the planning committee for this one, but my colleague Allison Bunnikin does. So if you need any more information, feel free to email her. She's also very friendly and very willing to work with you. And I believe I do just have all my resources here. I think I have a couple more links embedded into the different slides I have. So again, I'm willing to just email out my presentation. But if you do have a phone, at least the iPhone, I know this works. If you open up your camera and you just pretend like you're going to take a picture and tap on this QR code here that's on the screen, it will take you to EPA's Water System Partnership website, which is where all of our tools are, or once they're ready for final release. So I'll leave that up there. And I think we have a little bit of time for questions. If you have any questions, you can try to work through the phone and can answer them that way.
Do folks have any questions for Brooke? No? All right. Thank you so much, Brooke, for your time. Sorry you couldn't be here in person, and we will be providing a copy of Brooke's presentation so that you guys will have all of the links as well on your thumb drives, and you'll be able to take that home and dig a little deeper, but hopefully that was able to answer some of your questions that came up earlier about some of the new OBIA rules, etc. So thank you, Brooke, for joining us.
Brooke?
My email's on the screen right there, so any questions, feel free to email me.
Great, thanks so much, Brooke. Appreciate your being here with us virtually today.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes, great. Thank you so much.